Hi everyone. So good evening, good afternoon, and also good morning. So this is the episode 7 of the N01 Python season 1. So we are going to continue learn the Python with the help of Carol. Okay. So before we start, as a user, please stretch the whatever you want. Okay. So for today, we are going to learn another way of the uh, the loop that will help us to repeat a lot of tasks. Okay, together. Okay, so very nice. So Trinity, are you here? So let me check whether Trinity. She's not here. So today the Unji is the TA. So if you have any question as usual, you can use your chatting box. Also, please use the chatting box if you have any question. Also, please turn on the video, then we can identify who you are. Also, please mute your audio. If you have any questions, please try to use the chatting box. That can help us to manage the N01 Python class. So today I'd like to start today's lesson with something interesting topic. So to do that, as usual, let me change my screen to the my iPad. Okay. Here, got it. Okay, so I'm not very good at drawing, so I'm trying to draw something. So let's see whether you guys understand what I'm drawing. And probably like this. And so what is this? So can you guess? Continent, world map? Yes, this is a map. So I try to point the area. So like this and this. And also another one, this and this. So I marked the full area of worldwide. So can anyone guess what's the common thing of the red spot on my map? Anyone? So I actually marked the full area region of the map. So anyone who can guess what are they? So no one so far? Let's try to guess. So this is the worldwide web, a worldwide map. And then, can you guess? It's a poor or advanced country. Not close, even opposite, the latitude. And anyone? Please try. I think that this is an important question in your sociology also. And the computer, not yet. The place that are near the equator. Equator is much below, I guess, equator like this. And place where the use computer most. So no one. It's actually this area are called the cradle of human civilization. So you heard about the 4 major area of human civilization. So sometimes we call the cradle of the human civilization. So human civilization is, for example, this one is, it's called the Nile. So then we have the Mesopotamia, the civilization, and Indus, the civilization, and the Egyptian, and the Yang. So Yangtze or sometimes the Yellow River, the civilization area. So this is a four major the human civilization area. So then before such a civilization, our ancestor, they actually move around the world to find something to eat. So basically it's a hunting life. Then once they settle down this area, they actually they don't have to move around. Instead, they try to have the agriculture, like the farming, and then so right now we don't have to move around to find something to eat. Instead, we stay at home, and then even we have something to eat. Then, can you guess what is the common characteristic of these four areas? Human civilization? Yes, Justin, very nice. So this all of this area has the river. For example, the Egyptian has the Nile River, and the Mesopotamia. Anyone who knows which river in the Mesopotamia civilization? Yes, it's Euphrates and the Tigris, the river. What about the Indus? Indus has the Indus River. And what about the China? It's a Yellow River or Yangtze River. So we have the all four the major crater of civilization has the river. Then why the river is important to make such a human civilization place? Because water, right, is a fertilizer. So all of this, because of river, sometimes it's an overflow, flood, then it's a fertilizer. So it's a very, very nice place to have a farm and so on. Then that make the money capital. So they actually they don't have to find something to eat. And when our ancestor are doing such a hunting, we cannot actually hunt a lot of animal because it's too much to move around. So they need only whatever they need to eat. So, but after they settled down the human civilization area, like around the river, so they actually accumulate the rice and something to eat. That is the wealth, rich. But the problem is people get around. There's more and more people. So they need government. So government, as I introduced the last time, so government, the two forms of government, we need what? We need what? Government, we need the money. So this money is called the tax. So the people, the government, king or the people, so they actually give a lot of money to sometimes measure the property of the area, then makes the trigonometry or the geometry and the mathematics. And also they need to calculate the exact amount of money that the people need to pay to the government or to the king and such a area. Then they need something calculate algebra. So all this algebra and geometry, they need what? The number. So people thought about, so they need something system to represent such a money or the geometry or algebra. They need a number system. Then they try to find what is the best way to represent such the amount of the stone and the length of their area. Then they actually define such a number system from the nearby. So around their body, that is the 10 finger. So they actually count based on the finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that, up to what? The 10. It's a 10 fingers. So our number system basically based on such a number 10. which is called what? It's a decimal. So we are using decimal number system. That DEC, DE means what? The 10 number. So our number system is based on 10. It's a decimal system. However, unfortunately, decimal number system is not very close to the nature. Because think about how many months do we have in a year? It's a 12 months, right? People actually use the number 10 to represent a year, but they fail. It's very complicated. Then eventually they change to the 12. Think about how many seconds we have in a minute. It's a 60 seconds. Why? It's just 10 seconds because we are using number 10. But our nature is not always based on the number 10. But the reason why we are using the number 10 number system is because we have 10 fingers. It's easy to count. That is the actually starting. So we are using such a 10 number system, which is called the decimal number system. So anyway, it's our destiny to use a decimal to learn about the science or math and so on. What about computer stuff? We are doing computer and computer science, computer programming. What about the computer? Do you think the computer likes the decimal number 10, such a 10 number system or not? No, definitely not. So today we'd like to see what kind of number is close to the computer. So then we can understand how the computer is processing the data, how we can communicate with sometimes, so we can pretend the computer, we can pretend such a machine, then it will be much easier to solve the problem with the Python programming. So let me show you the equation. Yes, I'd like to use this blue color. Anyone who knows what's the name of this row, this equation? I think that if you are in the middle school, you may know. Anyone? V is equal to IR. Anyone who knows what's the name of this one? Nobody? V is a voltage. Very good. Very nice, Claire. It's a bird. What about I? Yes, current. And R means resistance. Claire, very nice. Thumbs up. So this is called Ohm's law. It's a very important laws equation in electricity. So in electricity, voltage, we know there is 100 volt, and we know what is the resistance. So I'd like to explain very briefly what is the V is equal to IR. So you can hold anything nearby in your desk. So I'm holding for example, this. The mouse. So mouse, any material in our the daily life, in our real life. So any material has a basic element of such a material is the atom. So atom is the basic the element of our material. This atom has actually three, but today I'd like to introduce the two parts. So one is, anyone who knows? It's a proton. And another one is electron. And plus there is a neutron. So the electron is moving around like the orbit, so around the proton. Proton sometimes is a plus and the electron is a minus. They are balanced, so they are moving around. Okay, so this is the very basic of the atom. However, sometimes this electron is moving out of the proton and moving like that. So if a lot of the electron and is moving in and out, this is called electric charge. So for example, static charge, static electric. Sometimes if you touch the knob or if you touch your car, so you shock. So it's a static. So static is an example of such electric charge. So electric charge means such electron is moving around this magnetic field, and this electric charge is called the current. Okay, so when if you turn on the power, what happened? This electron is moving around very fast, and sometimes so this electron is huge, so you will be hurt. So this is current. So when we talk about electricity, actually electricity, the power is this current, how much electron is moving and moving around. So if I introduce a very basic circuit design like this. Oops. So this is a battery. So battery, this is a plus, and this is a minus. So everybody knows the electricity is coming out from the plus and the enter to the minus. However, current electron is the opposite way. Actually, electron is coming minus to the plus. Then, if this electron meet this one, this is called the resistance. So this is called the resistance. Then, as I show you, V is equal to IR. V is not changing. Then resistance is higher, then current is lower. If resistance is lower and the current is higher. So if you have such a resistance, sometimes it can be out of the heat or the light. Then if you put something like this, this will be, for example, what? Electric bulb. So the Edison invented this kind of thing. Okay. Then people would like to see the characteristic, so property of this electricity. How? If you put a lot of resistance, so current is, if resistance is high, the current is low, like this, low. But if you lower the resistance, current will be high. So this one will be high, like this. Then they consider this one is a 0. This one is 1. This one is a 0, 1. So we can use electricity to represent what? 0 or 1. So this is called what? It's a binary number system, because our computer is an electric device. So electric device use electricity. Electricity is easy to represent what? Using current, 0 or 1. You can put the what? Switch. Switch is like this. You can connect or disconnect. If you disconnect, it will be 0. If you connect, this will be 1. 0, 1, 0, 1. Then this one is called what? Transistor. So transistor is the oldest, the electric computer module. Okay, old computer actually uses such a transistor. Then it will be more and more IC, VLSI, something like that. Then computer use a lot of such a the transistor inside that represent the 0 or 1. So that is the reason why computer use the binary number system. So human being use decimal number system. On the other hand, computer use binary number system, which means we better understand the how computer uses such a binary number. Anything so that you are going to use with a computer is binary. Your chatting is a binary. Your image portal, Instagram is a binary. Even your Python program, Carol, is binary, which means that if you understand how the computer use the binary, it will be much easier. So that is called, you don't have to worry about remember this, but keep in mind, this is called the data structure. So if you are really interested in computer and computer science, keep in mind, keep your mind, the data structure is everything, okay? So that is the story that I'd like to introduce. The next class, I'd like to introduce how computer uses such a binary. That's very important to understand really what computer is. Okay, so let me change the this. Where's the stop share? Okay, and sharing. The erase the favorite desktop. Okay, so can you see the desktop? Then, so this is today's problem. Okay, today's problem is very simple. So Carol start here and end here. Please start your coding. So you can start I already asked you to install download the zip file. Okay. Please, if you do not download the zip file, let me send this one again. I'm not sure whether Trinity is not here today, so okay. So please save this zip file to anyone Python folder. You can see the anyone Python folder on your desktop. Always the same thing. So as long as you are in the anyone Python class, please save the file to the anyone Python. Then open. You don't have to use the previous one. Just open and the desktop. Always the anyone Python desktop. Okay. Then I do not. Oh, I'm sorry. So I didn't uncompress. So let me uncompress or unzip the file. Okay, that's good. Then open the desktop, anyone Python. Today is the episode 7. Do not select the other, just to open your project. Most innermost anyone Python E07. Then open. Then you will see your PyCharm with anyone Python 07, like here. Then you can click arrow. Then you are able to see this Python file. So today we are going to start move toward the Python file. So why don't you double click or the select move to work. So it's exactly same as what you have used so far. Okay, so here you can code. So let me show you again our today's problem is Carol is the bottom left corner, 1,1. And your final destination is the end of the word, okay? Like this. Please do it. So if you are done, please give me the thumbs up. If you do not know how to solve the problem, please use the simplest one. Claire, very nice. You are all set. And Hewan did. And anyone else, please, you don't have to watch my lecture. So it's a waste of your time, waste of my time. Please do something. Even though you do not have the PyCharm on your desktop, in case you do not have, so please go to the Carol site. So Carol site, So if you go to the carol side, so for example here, so you can see the code. The last one, the 11, actually you can code yours. So like the, for example, so solution is I'd like to do the simple way, move, how many times? So 7 times like that, and run the program. So, however, we don't want such a simple way. So last time that we learned about the what? Anyone? We learned about loops. Yes. What kind of loop? So for loop we learned, right? So in. So for in is the syntax, it's a rule. So you must use this. Then we are going to use the range. How many range? How many of them? 7, 6. It's a 6, right? 6. Then move. That's it. It's a very simple. Okay. How do I know whether it works? Just run. You can run. You're the carol. But so then run the program. See. Yay! It works. Okay, everybody did. Everybody can follow me. Okay, very nice. Then let me change it, the carol word. So you know how to change the word. Please go to the desktop, anyone Python. So today class is episode 7, and click the word. Okay, then select the 4x4. Do you think that it works or not? What do you think? Does it work? No. Javen said no. And anyone else? Justin said no. It's crashes. Let's see whether it really crashes. Yes, it's crashed. Why? Why is it crashed? Because we loop 6 times. So carol would like to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, but as you know, the carol cannot move over the word. So it's a crash, it's an error. So we need to solve that problem today. So last time, if we know how many times the iterated, how many times repeated, we can use a for. However, what if we do not know? What if we do not know how many times? So at that time, we are going to use this time while loop. So this is called the while loop today. So let me change our playground to this one. So my iPad again. So to use the while loop, last time that we used the for loop. For loop is like the for and in colon, like this. Then we can use the indentation to give the statement command inside the for loop. While loop is different. While loop, for loop, we know how many times, range. Later, we will learn the more about what can be the in. So I gave you the hint, like the list or array, like this. So we will learn the more. But all of this, we know how many times repeated. Okay. But what if we do not know? Like for example, the example, carol sometimes move 7. Carol sometimes move 4. Carol sometimes move 2. We don't know how many the times of move loop. Instead, what we know is when carol is moving, like the word, if is the end or not, or if whether the next the spot is clear or not. If clear, move. If not, don't move. Like that. So while actually use very simple. While if this is true, run the this. So while and colon. Inside the box is called the test statement. This is called test statement. If test statement is true, then run it. Otherwise, out of while loop. So for example, think about, so if your teacher asks for each your friend, send a message, no class tomorrow, okay? So at that time, you can use a for loop. So your friend is here. However, if the teacher asks, study hard until you get A, okay? Study until you get A. If the score is, if your score is true, then the study until it's satisfied. So we can use such a condition test here, true or false. So this test is called the evaluation. So here we can put any evaluation function. Still not clear. So Carol actually provide such a test function. So for example, let's go back to the desktop. Then let me show you. So why don't you open your web browser? Then go to the Carol's, the site. Then I'm going to send the link just in case you do not know where it is. Then if you go to this site, you can find this name of the condition. So Carol provide such a many the function to test. For example, the first one is front is clear. If front, so it's a moving direction. If next spot is clear, which means it's able to move, then yes, true. If word, for example, there is a word to move, so it's not clear. So output of this function front is clear is a false. Then the while loop will not work. So for example, another example is front is blocked. Test if block is true. If not block is false. So Carol provide such a test function. You don't have to memorize this. Okay? So as name, here is a reference. Reference is kind of cookbook. So nobody memorized the cook, the recipe. Instead, if you need, you can actually look up your recipe. So similarly, reference, you don't have to memorize. Just if you need it, check. I need the facing west or the no beeper and beepers present. But this time we need this function. Front is clear. So let's try to use this one in the main problem today. So here, how can we change this? So let's create the function. So move to word function. So I'd like to create move to word function. So always you can use the def to create the function and the function name and parentheses and followed by colon. Then we are going to use a while loop. While, very simple. Then phase to. So let's check it again. What's the name? Even I cannot remember the name. It's the phase. Front is clear, right? Front is clear. Okay. If clear, yes, true. Then move. Okay. Otherwise, it's the end of loop. So go back. It's the end. Like that. Very simple. Right? Let's check whether it works or not. So please, the type this code, it doesn't take a time. I will give a minute. Then if you do not understand, just type as it is. As you can see here. So move toward function. Definition, move toward, and while front is clear. If clear, then move. Until when? If false. Okay. So this part always should be true or false. It's a test function. Okay. Let's run this program. Run the program. Yes, very nice. It works. What about this? Change the word. So let me use the 4x4. Run the program. Yes, it works. Let's change. Another one, 7 to 7. Run the program, it works. Okay, so the difference between for loop, while loop is for loop, you know how many times. The repeated, iterated. While loop, you don't know. Keep, repeat until when? So it's a force. Test function is a force. So you don't have to try, but I'd like to show this. What if I just remove this and true? What do you think? What happened? It's an infinity loop because there is no force, always true. So if you run this one, run this, it will run, always crash because it tried to keep, move to the next. Okay, so this is you should change it this. Is the front is the clear, like this. Okay, so this is the while loop. So let's change it. Another, please click the beeper line. So this time, because you know how to use the while loop, once again, let me introduce the problem. So this time, it's a same thing. Our goal is to make caret move left to right, like this. But whenever caret is moving, put the beeper, okay, using while loop. So once again, so our next problem is we try to move the caret here to here. So here to here, but we want caret put beeper every spot like this. Okay, so start. So why don't you start your programming? I'd like to give maybe it takes 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so why don't you start? So this time you can use the beeper line.py file. Okay, always please delete the path. Then you can put your code. over here. So please try. So our goal is, it doesn't matter what is the size of the word, it's just always move until the end of the word, okay? Until it's facing, it's not clear. Okay, so anyone who solved the problem, please give me some thumbs up if you solved the problem. Jonathan, very nice. You did. Anyone? Claire did, Kenny did, and Katie did also. Yes, Kiki. You can ask Kiki to your brother. It's so good. Okay, so let's solve the problem together. So this time I don't want to use the function, okay? It's a simple problem, so I don't want to. If you want, you can use the function, but I'd like to start directly while loop. Why? Oh, it's a mistake. Why? Okay, we need to put the test function, evaluate function, evaluate expression. I'm sorry, so expression, test expression. So front is clear. Then always end with the same colon. Okay, colon means it start the block, while loop block. So while is boundary, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 indentation. Don't forget indentation. Indentation is very important in Python program. Okay, then we need to put beeper, right? Then the move. That's it. Very simple. So while front is clear, then put beeper, then move. Next, and clear or not clear, put beeper and move. Okay, so run the program. So if I run the program, so far so good, very nice. Does it success? What do you think? So it looks like the good, but what do you think? Is it okay or is something wrong? Anyone who got the same result as this one? I ask you. So please put beeper whenever it moves like this line. So beeper is here, here, and to the end. But if you look at the, where is the caret? Yes, there is no beeper here. So it's not completed yet, okay? Why this kind of problem happen? Why does it happen? Why? So this is actually very common and very important problem in any computer programming. So let me erase my note, okay, here. So let's take a look at this. What is this? It's a fence, right? So to the Connecticut where I live in, Connecticut is really open space and sometimes even without fence, but many of the houses, they put the stone or sometimes fence. So how can you build such a fence? So first, you need to put the what? Post. So I'd like to put the how many posts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 posts total. Then how many fans do you need? in this case, how many fans? So fans here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many fans? So 6, right? Katie, very nice. So always we need the one less than the number of posts. So post is 7, then we need 6 fans, right? So this is called the fans post problem. So think about, so if you have you actually encounter same fans post problem, when you count in your elementary school, the math class, so 1, 2, 3, but if you move 3, is it really 3? What, how many between of that? It's a fans post problem. So your post is 1 more than number of fans, because when you build the fence, you need at least 2 posts. 1, 2. Then 1 fence, 1 post. Always 1 more post. So this one happened in the programming. Let's see the, here. So let me use here. So we have this kind of the carol word. So how many times of a loop we need? 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 3, 4. Okay, we can use the while loop until it's not clear. So first move, so we put the beeper here and move. Put beeper, check the next, clear, and put beeper, move. And right now the carol is here, check the clear, yes, clear, put beeper, and move. And put beeper, move. So at this time, check the clear, no, it's not clear. So stop. Because it's the same as the fence post problem. It's always move the, how many times check? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times check. It's like the post. Then how many times of the fence? How many times of the 1, 2, 3, 4? 1 less than. So we need to fill up this part. Okay. So how can we fill up? We need to do manually. So this time we can put after while loop, move. So be careful. This move and this move are different. This move is indentation. So let me use the annotation. So this move is inside the while loop. Indentation. It's a block, while block. However, this move is outside of the while loop. It's this align. So after while loop, next one is this move. Actually, not move. This one should be the put beeper. I'm sorry. So let me change before I learn. We need to put beeper like this. Let's run the program. Run the program. Yeah, very good. So far, so good. Yes, you can see the last part. This part is filled by the beeper. So always keep in mind when you are using the loop, so you need to think about such a fence post problem, whether I missed the last one or sometimes the first one. So for example, if your code is some of you code like this. So move like this. So if you run this code, let me run the code. This time, it's okay, last one, but as you can see, the first one is missed. This is the same problem of fence post problem. So how can you address this? How can you correct this? How can you correct this? You can put the one more time, the put beeper before you start. Before you start, you can put beeper, then while loop. Okay, so let's run the program. Let's run the program here. Looks good. So then we need to check whether it works with another word. So I'm going to try with 3 by 6, this one. I'm not sure whether it works. So let's run the program. Yay, it works. Very nice, right? Okay. Let me change another word. And this time the 7 by 7. Let's run the program. Yes, it works. So we don't have to change it, the range with the for loop. For loop is the you know how many, but the while loop we don't know the how many times the loop. Okay, so we can use the front is clear, the function, test function, true or false. If true, and do the loop. Otherwise, the stop. At that time, keep in mind. So keep in mind. So this fence post problem. So do not miss the one of the case. That's the really frequently happen. So frequent problem error in computer programming. Okay. Then I'd like to give another challenging problem this time. So last time, do you remember what was the challenging problem? Did you solve the problem? So after this one, I'm going to show the solution of the last challenging problem. But this time, today's challenging problem is when you, let me clear. So this time, you can, so far you did this beeper line. So you put the, oops. Where is the drawing? Yes. One side of the beeper. Why not? This side. And also this side. And also this side. Okay. So your challenging problem today is please put the beeper all four sides. Any size of the rectangular word. So beeper word, the caret word is a rectangular shape. So any size of the caret word, you are going to put beeper here and here and here and here. Any size. It should be any size. It's not fixed size. Any size. Okay, so that is today's challenging problem. Please try after you complete. If you don't understand the previous one, please watch recorded video. Takes the time because this is just an hour, the lesson. So I really speed up. So I introduce a very basic, simple, the way to solve the problem using while loop. But you can watch video again, then try differently. Then it will be really fun. Don't be afraid to get the error. The more error you get, the better. Okay, so please try. Okay, so that's the end, and I'd like to show the answer of the last challenging problem. Okay, so before that, I'd like to give the polling. So please complete the polling. Then after a minute, I'd like to okay, so today is better. So let me share the result. So only 22 response today. The please response, I'm going to end within 10 seconds, then followed by the answer for the last week, the last episode, the challenging problem. Okay, thank you so much. This is today's response. So only 2, the 8% don't like it, but you will like it if you can follow. Please watch the. I need to share the result. So this is today's result. So it's much better than the last time. Okay, I'm going to stop the sharing here. Then see. So this is the last week, the problem. At the time, though, we make the carrot move to the end. But this time, so how many beeper? So we put the 5 beeper. So can you specify the number of beeper? How can we solve this problem? Anyone? Anyone can suggest? Function. So I mentioned, I explained how to create the function. So this is our function. Actually, function has input and output. Do you remember my black box? Like this? So this is a function. So, but so far we have used parentheses only. That means there is no input. Okay? So why not? We put the input here. So to do that, we can change it, the code like the put many beeper. How many beeper? So number, NUM is a number. We like the simple one. So then, how many times inside the block, the function block, we can use that number of times. So for example, when you call the put many beeper 5, you can put 5, and this 5 goes to the here num, and this 5 num will be used for the range. So 5 beeper will be the put. So let's run the program. Clear. Clear. So run the program. 2, 3, later we speed up. 5, 5, and 5. But that's the same as the last one. So let me change the number of them. 15. Run this. Run the program really fast. 15, you can see it, right? So using input value, we can put as any number of beeper. Okay, so the spot, how can? So when you create the function, you can create the function with input variable. So this is called the input. So NUM. So this one can be used inside the block of the function num. Okay. But some of the students complain, still I need to change the code. I don't want to change the code. Yes, that's true. Because 15, you need to change the code. How can you do that? Claire already suggests, very nice. We can use another function, okay? So let's count. So which is called the input. How many people? Then this time, the input is always a string. So we can change the integer like this. Then this one is used for the number of people. Okay, so let's see how it works. So if you start the program and run the program, it asks how many people. So we can type the 20. It's too many, I'm not sure. Let's see. Too slow, a little bit fast. 20, yes, it works. 20, 20, 20. Yes, it's correct. So here, this function, input function, int function, cnt variable, I didn't explain. That's the reason it's so challenging, the problem. But later, after season 1, after you learn, taste the carrot, taste the Python with the carrot, you are going to learn this is really, really Python programming. Okay, thanks so much today's lecture. And you don't have to be stressful to solve the challenging problem, but if you don't understand, but if you are curious, please watch the video that I'm going to share after this class, then try to not understand, try to do something. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to stay here for 5 minutes. Then if you have any question, you can ask me. Thanks so much.